have quorum. And no one signed up for public comment, so we'll move on past that. What I have decided to do is the following items are in consent, unless someone decides to pull them off. Item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Anything need to come off? All right, can I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Any discussion? We'll vote on the consent agenda. All those in favor?
You have to read the caption?
Yes, I do. I exactly do.
Just testing you.
RS 2025, item number 1, RS 2025-1481, resolution approving benefits board waiver, repayment of benefits overpayment to Herman Peters under 3.08.230 of the Metropolitan Code. Item number 2, RS 2025-1482, resolution accepting the terms cooperative purchase master agreement of TD Syntex Corporation, the purchase of advanced technology solutions Department of IT services. Number 3, resolution accepting the terms and cooperative purchasing master agreement of Johnson Controls Incorporated, a wide range of HVAC services related to products and department services. Item number 4, RS 2025-1485, resolution accepting the terms of cooperative purchase agreement McGrath Rent-A-Corp Mobile Modular Management Corporation. Say that fast 3 times. For modular for lease purchases of Department of General Services. Item number 5, RS 2025-1486, a resolution accepting the terms of the cooperative purchase master with Turner and Townsend Herring, LLC, Construction Management Services, Department of General Services. Item number 6, RS 2025-1503, a resolution urging the Metropolitan Government to conduct disability audit as requested by the Mayor's Council for People with Disabilities to evaluate the accessibility and inclusivity of facilities, accommodations of disability community in Nashville and Davidson County. Item number 8, BL 2025-1003, ordinance amending section 10.60.2020 Metropolitan Code of Transfer Administration related to registration of burglar and fire alarms, Department of Codes Administration, Nashville Fire Department. And item number 9, BL 2025-1004, an ordinance amend chapter 10.64 Metropolitan Code to adopt 2024 edition of both the International Fire Code and the NFPA 0101 Life Safety Code. Adapted amendments have contained therein.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any not voting? 7 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. All right, moving on to number 7. That was easy. BL 2025-995, an ordinance amending sections 10.26.
That's not one here, y'all. Oh, wait.
Do you have an issue?
Number 7.
Did you get a copy?
Sorry, yeah.
You're fine. Just make sure you got a copy.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, we're on item number 7.
Okay.
All right, BL 2025-995, an ordinance amending the section 10.26.010, 10.28.010, and 16.24.330 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws pertaining to the intentional signs of vegetation growth.
Move.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. There's also amendment. I would like to move the amendment.
Second.
Any discussion on the amendment?
Yeah, what's the amendment?
The amendment covers, basically it goes over the height, it keeps it at 12 inches so that I think at one point it was saying that the corners could be higher, but they decided to move it to 12 inches all the way across. The premises exterior property shall be maintained free from weeds and excessive. It includes grass, vegetation, grasses, annual plants, vegetation without reasonable intent to cultivate, harvest, or use for human consumption or otherwise trimmed and controlled weeds.
We could probably speak.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you would state your name and
Thank you, Councilmember. My name is Mike Jameson with Metro Water Services. One of the underlying intents of the amendment is to allow NDOT's traffic engineer to sign off on these natural lawn applications, just to make sure there are no traffic sightline issues. Water Services Department is in complete agreement with that amendment, and we would welcome its adoption.
I think that was the biggest line, there was a sight line on the corners.
That was our concern as well.
Yes, Ms. Ellis?
Well, he had his hand up before me.
Go ahead.
I missed yours.
That'll be all right. I'll take
So how are we going, so I understand that this is dealing with like natural weeds, I would say, or no? What I'm trying to distinguish is like, what's going to be the qualifier to determine if this person just has high grass or if they have this natural daffodils or whatnot that are
That's a great
that are
question.
high?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's going to determine that?
So it's an existing program. It's been around for going on a couple of decades. The underlying bill had three aims. One, the current name for the program is Properties in a Natural State.
Yeah.
That's kind of a word salad that doesn't occur easily to a lot of people, and clearly not to members of the public that call our departments asking about how do I grow a lawn that's more naturally based. The second provision would be, under its current provisions, it has a 15-foot setback. So if you've got a typical lot in Davidson County, a 50-foot wide at most lot with a house that's set back 50 feet or less, by the time you've applied the buffers, you've got kind of a postage stamp to work with. So it hasn't proven to be a very popular program. We get 3 or 4 applications a year because it's not worth it. And so we looked at other cities. Knoxville has a 36-inch buffer or 3-foot buffer. So it allows a little bit greater use of the lawn. The last thing is that it currently provides an exemption for parks, greenways, and recreation areas. There are metro departments that have lawns, including Metro Water Services, that could be responsibly applying natural lawns that are maintained, overseen both by NDOT and Water Services if allowed. So that's the underlying bill, and the amendment makes sure NDOT signs off on the visibility concerns.
Right, but my question was, so if someone files a HUB complaint with someone having tall grass, who's to say if it's natural or if
So you'll get
they just need to cut their grass?
Let's say you phone in an address or submit a HUB for 100 Main Street. If someone is a member of this program, they'll have on file with the Beautification Commission and in the HUB system,
Okay.
100 Main Street, that tells Codes Department this is an intentional design. Now that doesn't clear it. If it's causing traffic issues, et cetera, they can still be required to revise it. But
Okay.
it does make clear that they are participants in this natural landscaping program.
Good.
If they're not a part of the program,
so sorry.
if they're not a part of the program, then it's high weeds, essentially.
Okay,
They have
so-
to be a part of the program. The program requires approval by the horticulturalist and beautification commissioner.
Right.
And so they're changing their setbacks as part of the bill, and then we're on for the substitute to make sure that we are a part of that approval process, basically.
Right.
And
So,
what's the, oh, sorry.
so I would have something to tell people they are part of X program that allows them to have these
So if they're
natural
not,
weeds.
if
Okay.
I understand this correctly, if they're not within the program, they're in violation.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Ellis?
And are we at 36 inches in this amendment?
The original underlying bill sets the new setbacks to 3 feet, 3 feet on the frontage, and I think 3 feet again on the residential borders. And our original concern was with a 3-foot setback at an intersection would cause a lot of sightline issues. But there's already a separate code provision which we've called out in the in the amendment that forbids any sort of growth within 25 feet of an intersection. So that problem is kind of solved for us. For the other applications of the program, we wanted to make sure our traffic engineers got to look at it just to make sure it wasn't going to cause problems.
Does this supersede any HOA?
Well, so HOAs are a slightly different animal because their right-of-ways are different than what you would see in a typical suburban setting. They have a greater say over what goes in their properties. So if you have HOA approval, that usually, as long as it's not metro right-of-way areas, they can do what they want.
Is there any appeal or any control that the rest of the neighborhood could have? Because to me, I think this is so easily confused as high grass or unsightly yards and unkept. We get plenty of complaints about that. I think this is only going to make that worse. I get it with the program and you got to have parameters and all that. But if I live in the neighborhood and they've got something like that and everybody else doesn't, it's not going to be what people like. And if you're on the email getting process or side, you're going to get a bunch of these.
Right, you have to have an intentional design plan. This is not just allowing your Bermuda grass to go crazy. If you're not registered, then it's a code violation.
But if you're riding by, you don't know all that. You just think this neighborhood's got a bunch of uncut lawns in it. So I don't think I can support this. To me, it would be better if it were on side or backyards and not presented as part of the appeal of the neighborhood. If I live by it, I could lose value of my home because somebody's going wild with their grass over here. And I get it, parameters, I got you. But nobody knows that when they're riding by, or the rest of the neighbors may not like that. And this takes away, at least I haven't heard of any opportunity for the neighbors to say, that's not really how we want our neighborhood to look, or this person's gone overboard with it, and we don't want that. It could be causing mice and bugs and other things for other neighbors. So to me, this don't seem good. I got the intention, sounds great with the intent, but the practicality of making the neighborhood not look as good, potentially creating wildlife or pests for the other people, I don't think this is worth it.
The Beautification Commission hearings are public hearings. They do take public input. If there are concerns or objections by neighbors, they have declined intentional designs based on the apparent inability of a neighbor to maintain it, to keep it within sanitary conditions. If my understanding is correct from Jennifer Smith, the horticulturalist, they have not had a pest or rodent concern emerging from any of the approved provisions they've had going on, I think, 2 decades.
I just don't know that you can mix well-kept neighborhoods and roughage.
Well, hold on, I have a question.
Hold on just a second. Mr. Bent, what's next?
I think my question was already asked.
Okay.
Roughage.
I like it.
Well, I believe it or not, I like to, I don't know, I mean, I like a look of a, unmanicured lawn for me, okay, but I agree. I believe we're opening a can of worms from somebody that likes a manicured lawn and then somebody that likes a natural lawn. I'm not saying that there's not a middle here, but I don't know if we maybe backed up, like you said, maybe did the sides and the back instead of the front. But you said this program, how many people is under this program right now?
We only get, as I mentioned, only about 3 or 4 per year. The total number, I can get that to you, and we're in no hurry if there's an interest in an additional deferral.
I would like to see pictures of those in. I think, yeah, I'm gonna vote to defer this because I'm mixed about this, but what I would like to see is some pictures of the yards that are under this program right now, so we can actually see what, a picture's worth 1,000 words. And I think we need to see what we're looking at. But, I'm just saying, my brother-in-law, he's fanatic, he likes green, short grass. Somebody gets crazy next to him, he'd be calling. So I just think we need to, just slow down a little bit and make sure that the guidelines that we're implementing, I understand why we're doing it, but I think we just need to slow it down a little bit and make sure it's the right thing.
Hold on just a second. So are you making a?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to defer.
I second.
What the
Definite.
amendment? Because we're on the amendment. We're on the amendment.
No, we have to wait for the bill then. I'm good with your amendment.
So we can add the amendment and then we'll defer the whole thing if that's okay with you.
You can move to defer the whole bill if you'd like.
Okay, Ken?
I believe so, yes. Yeah, you can move, that's a prevailing
Yeah,
motion.
I'd like to.
Well, do I get my question?
Oh, okay, let Joy ask her question.
You have to wait for another discussion.
But That's not fair.
Can she?
Yes, please, Ms. Kimbrough, please.
At first, I was just going along with it, because usually Mr. Jameson is on the good side, you know, and he planted some trees in Bordeaux and all, and they look nice. But I want to, so do they mark these places? Like, can you,
That may
because
be
I think I
something.
passed by a house that had
That may be an
a
amendment.
little sign that said something about vegetation. I didn't know if they were just doing it because they didn't want to cut their grass. But I saw a sign or something that said, so is that the practice now? They put a sign? I saw a sign.
I know they've done that in the past. I don't think it's required, but I will check with
Well,
our
maybe that would
organization.
be.
Maybe
a
they're
good
just
amendment.
trying to explain it.
Maybe that would be a good amendment.
all I
It would help the
wanna know.
codes
That's
too
all.
to know, if the yards are marked, you know, that they have a beautification on file. Like I said, I think we got some unanswered questions. I'm not totally against the bill.
I believe if they pull it up, they'll know exactly who's got it or not. All the sign does is tell the people around them that, hey, these people are covered. That's all it does, because codes will be able to look it right up. Am I correct? All right, so we have a, Ms. Ellis?
Yeah, I was just gonna add, for the time during the deferral, it would be good if there could be some sort of indication that gets added for people that are under this program, so that people passing by, because right now, it's 12 feet from the road, so it's like, nobody's really paying attention. But moving it closer, 3 feet, people are gonna be able to recognize that. So if there's something that they can have that indicates that, you know, they're
I
special.
think they already have it.
I got a
saw
question.
But it's not required.
Yes, ma'am.
But for people that are driving
Okay,
by,
we can wrap this up
they
and we're
need
just
to
gonna
see.
defer this. Go ahead.
This table's approximately 3 feet at this end right here.
Yeah.
That's how far it'd be from the road. That's tacky. I support the amendment indefinitely. I mean, the deferral.
What do you?
I don't know what the time limit on was a deferral. I suggest
Would you-
indefinitely.
Well, back to you, Ms. Webb, do you want? what's
It
your-
needs to
if
be
you
more than
make a-
one
If
meeting.
you make a proper, motion,
I say 2 meetings. Let's just do 2 meetings, and I think we ought to do more research and maybe get more information from Mr. Jamison, because I mean, like, my questions would be, what is it helping to go from 15 feet to 3 feet? Well, I mean,
if we do it one
Well, I
meeting, deferral,
second
it
her-
automatically moves it on the floor automatically, so there's no vote there on the floor.
okay, let's just do, okay.
I'm just
One
asking.
ain't gonna get it done.
Okay, 2. But is that
But we
still?
want it
The process
automatically
is one's
deferred
not
on the
gonna get it
floor.
done.
Any
So we need to
deferral,
do with one meeting, so it gets automatically deferred on the floor.
Will it get
And then
automatically
from-
deferred with 2?
One meeting deferral, no. With 2, no, it'll be on the floor to be voted on, correct?
The chair is correct, yes. So
Okay, well, we want it deferred for 1 meeting then.
Yeah, and then we can figure out.
So can I have a proper motion, Ms. Webb?
I'd like to defer this bill number,
Second,
bill up, okay,
All those in favor? Can we pass
one meeting
the
for 1 meeting
one
deferral.
meeting deferral? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone not voting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us. 8 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting.
And I'll
we're
send my
moving on
questions to Mr., if you'll give me your email, I would like to give you some
That's my
questions.
pen.
Number 10, BL 2025-949, an ordinance amending Metropolitan Code of Laws 17.40.600, provide notice of violations required to subsequent violations of the same offense under Title 17, Proposal 2025 Zulu-007-TX-001.
Second.
Probably moved to second. Is there any discussion?
I'd like to move the amendment.
second.
Movement, any discussion on the amendment?
As sponsor of this, I'm fine with that amendment. I don't see any trouble with it. This is on third reading. It's a simple bill that closes a loophole that should have been closed a long time ago. It gives codes the power to not stop and repeat, but to continue through the process to get repeat violators in line. It'll clear up like noise from parties or people working businesses out of their homes, parking their company vehicles in front of their houses, storing business equipment on their lands. There's even a trend, which talking to some of the codes people, of people having parties in their backyard, not like the ones where you have some friends over to watch the game, but seemingly more organized with big speakers, big lights, and big noise. It sounds great. I'd probably like to go, but I wouldn't want to live next to it and try to sleep. This simplifies the process, moves it forward. This is a win for the residents. I know the frustration of trying to get something cleaned up when property owner doesn't comply and just continues to use the code against us, this will stop that. This will give residents confidence that we listen, we hear, and we fix.
All those in favor, I'm sorry, any other
I was
discussion?
just gonna make a statement that I was told by Judge Walker today that she actually, put somebody in jail today in the environmental court, first time in forever.
All right, so, can I, all those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm against jail.
Anyone not voting? 8 in favor, 0 against as of the amendment. Can I get a motion as amended?
Move as amended. Second.
Any discussion on the amendment as amended? All those in favor as amended?
Aye.
Any opposed? Anyone not voting? Recommend approval.
Did I misspeak? I thought I said.
All right. That concludes our meeting. Thank you all so much for being here.